Hey y'all, welcome back to 29 Days in Black History Book Edition. I am going back to the history portion today to discuss one of my favorite history books. This is going to come from undergrad. When I was at LSU, I took African American history with Dr. Leonard Moore. I think he's still at the University of Texas at Austin. I could be wrong, but he legit was one of my favorite professors. And I just felt that he exposed me to so many things that I probably should have known but was not exposed to. But nonetheless, this particular book, Denmark Vesey, the buried story of America's largest slave rebellion and the man who led it, by David Robertson. So I was like, wait, hold up. I knew about Gabriel Prosser. I knew about Nat Turner, but how come we don't know about the man who was leading one of the largest slave rebellions ever? I want to read to you the back of this because I don't think that I could do it justice the way they talk about it here. So, Denmark Vesey was a charismatic ex-slave. He was literate, professional, and relatively well off, who had purchased his own freedom in 1800 with the winnings from a lottery ticket. Inspired by the success of the revolutionary Black Republic in Haiti, that became free in 1804, by the way, with the Haitian Revolution, he persuaded some 9,000 slaves that freedom was theirs if they would act boldly. On a June evening in 1822, having gathered guns, pikes, and daggers, they were to converge on Charleston, South Carolina, take the city's arsenal, murder the populace, women and children included, burn the city, and escape by ship to Haiti or Africa. When the uprising was betrayed in advance by informers, because some people snitched on him, other slaves, Vesey and 77 of his followers were promptly executed. The matter hushed up by Charleston's white leaders for fear of further rebellion. Compelling, informative, and often disturbing, this book brings readers closer to a seminal hero in the struggle against slavery in America. And I want to give you another historical fact that I don't think many of you are aware of. Denmark Vesey also was, yes, he was a former slave, but he was one of the founders of the Emmanuel AME Church in Charleston, South Carolina. Do y'all remember the church where people were protesting against Joe Biden a couple of weeks ago? That church. The church where the Charleston Nine were unfortunately murdered by, I don't even want to say his name, but yes, that church. That church has had significance because this was one of the places where these rebellions were being planned. So when we talk about the significance of Denmark Vesey and this book and why it had such a large impact on me, I never forgot it. I've never forgotten him, and he definitely needs to be talked about with the Marcus Garveys and the Nat Turners and the Malcolm X's because of what he was trying or intending on doing. And it was, people who decided to betray him that ultimately led to them, number one, not being free, but ultimately led to his execution as well. And when we talk about history, we have to talk about the history that, is relevant to who we are as well. And this story is just one that we must tell. So if you have never heard of him, well, today's your lucky day because I'm talking about him along with the significance. And if you know anything about me, I tell y'all all the time, South Carolina is a state that has so much significance to who America is today. Yes, Denmark Vesey and a couple of and so many other things, but we just cannot continue to ignore the impact that he could have had this had gone the way that he intended it to. So let me know if you've actually ever heard of him, if you've read this book, what do you know about him? If you know about the Emmanuel AME Church in Charleston, South Carolina, I would love to hear your thoughts on that. And I will see you tomorrow for the next read. Bye, y'all.